Hi Julia, what's it? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing another page from my Elizabeth Craft Designs planner, and I'm still working with some January memories even though we're in February, and I'm going to be focusing mainly on this set here, which is 2172 arrows. I'm going to use one or two other bits and pieces, but this is the main focus from this page. And I'm also going to be using a stencil, SO42 Earth Patterns. And the papers, I'm still using Rustic Winter, which I have been using throughout January, which is CO13. And you will find products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses. I am an Elizabeth Craft Design stockist. And you'll also find them over at ecraftdesigns.eu, and if you enter code juliawattscrafts-eu, you'll get 10% off your orders of €25 and over, I believe it is. And then at ecraftdesigns.com, and if you enter Julia Watts Crafts in the discount code box at checkout there, orders over $25 will get 10% discount. Okie dokie, let's crack on. So I need a stencil. I've got my base page, and my base page is cut using the tab 4 with tags. No, it's not. I tell a lie. It's actually from the tab 5 with sliders, that one, which I haven't got to hand at the minute, but the code and all the details of what I'm using will be in the description of this video and where you can find them. So yeah, this is from tab 5. It could be tab 4, but it would be there. And it's the one with the sliders. Right, so we've got this lovely base page here from Rustic Winter, but I'm going to add a little bit more colour to it, and I think I'm going to add some Wilted Violet. Always unsure as to what colour to use. I did think about doing rainbow again like I did on the previous page, but we're not going to. We're going to use one of these fabulous stencils from David. I think we're going to use that one. They are really lovely. I'll show you what they are. So we're going to use that one. We've also got this one, which is another one of my favourites. And we've got this one, and they've all got a hole, so you can put a what's it called, book ring around it. That one's really cool. And then you've got this one as well, and you can see they're a really good size. Obviously they're made for the journals, but they work well in the planners as well, because they're stencils so you can move them around. So let's have a little bit of colour in the background. I am thinking that the pink might have been better, but because of the colours of the photographs that are coming in, that's what I'm using, the Wilted Violet. And I am going for distressing rather than Oxide. So we're just going to add a little bit of stenciling here and there. As I can. Try not to go over the edges because I don't want the hard line of the edge of the stencil. Just don't overthink it, because if you start planning, then sometimes it doesn't work out. It's about getting inky fingers. And let's have a little bit at the top of there as well. There we go. Fabulous. Happy with that. Obviously that's distress ink, so that just washes off under the tap. Where's my lid? So we need to quickly clean up. Where's my mister? There it is. There's not a lot of wasted ink there, so we won't bother blotting that off anywhere. As simple as that. It just lifts the background paper. Not that it needs it, because it is a fabulous design anyway, but it'll tie in with the photographs that I'm using. And I have edged everything with Scorched Timber Distress Oxide, which is always on my desk. Right, so in this page I'm documenting some. Nathan and I, that's my son, like to play games, board games, all sorts of games. He's been buying quite a lot of games in January, which will last us for a while. One's called Harmonies, and that's the box. It's a square box. And basically, let's find my Harmonies pictures. Basically, you have a mat. There's two sides to each mat, and this, I think this is one we've printed out because we've got an extension on them. And you draw chips. These are chips from a bag, and they go on this dial up here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 5 groups of 3 chips on each one, so they're very random. And you've got a set of cards. You can draw from the middle, and on this particular match you can have up to 4 animal cards in front of you. And basically you have to build habitats to house the animals that are on your cards, and the patterns that you need are printed on all the cards. And you get these little tiny cubes that sit on the sides of the cards, and as and when you complete a pattern, you put a cube on top of the designated chip. It does show you on the card which chip you need to put it on, and as you work up your card you get more and more points, and there's also points for you know, the number of waters in a row and various other stacks and things like that. And at the end of the game, is when you've got 2 squares or less left on your mat, because obviously if you pick up 3 you might only be able to drop 2 in there, and that's the end of the game. And then you add up your score, and the highest score wins. And it's really cool. And there's the other side is more of a water, it's an island theme to it, so lots and lots of different permutations, and we really like it. So that's Harmonies. And then another one is this Quacks of Gwendolingburg. I think we neither of us can say it. So this is the book. Hold it just still, Julia. This is the box. So that's another one. And with this one, let's have a look. With this one, you have a cauldron. This is your cauldron, and this is a bag building game. So I don't know if you can see all these different coloured chips in the cauldron, and you start with just a minimum amount, and as you go around your cauldron you earn victory points and money to buy other chips. And the chips do lots of different things. They allow you to kind of move forward extra spaces. If the white chips that are in there can make you explode, so there are other coloured chips which will raise the explosion level, yeah, you've got a run of bonus items that you can get down here. You can trade in your rubies for other things, and there's extra bonuses in the flask at the top. That's the essence flask. And then the scoring on this one is there's a separate track, and depending on how many victory points you've got, you move around your track. I'm the green one there, and Nathan's the black one. So in this particular game, I'm actually ahead of him. I do win some games. Mostly he wins, but I do win some games. And you've got these things called rats all around here. So, and the number of rat's tails you've got between your marker and the other person's marker puts you on a further start point in your cauldron. I've got a rat's tail there, so I've started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces ahead of Nathan on this particular one. But yeah, we really like Quacks of whatever it's called as well. We've also got another one called Worm Spam. I haven't got a picture of the box on this, and this is a tableau building game, and you've got 3 caves, and you purchase caves and dragons and move across your tracks, your caves, getting eggs and different sorts of resources. And again, whoever's got the highest points win. But the artwork on these dragons is absolutely amazing. So that's Wormspan. Not sure if I'm going to use that picture, but yes. So that's a little bit as a background as to what this page is all about, just in case you think, what on earth is she taking pictures of? Well, you've got to have something in here, haven't you? And it's a nice thing to do, actually, play games. So I've got 2 arrows here, again cut using the arrows die set. So on the die set you've got an arrow with holes, which is the one that I've cut out twice. You've also got this larger arrow which can kind of point across, or you can actually have it this side and trim it down a little bit, so you can secure them if you want to, as a kind of a pocket kind of thing, or a closure. So you've got another arrow there. You've got loads of Gerberas because it ties in with the frame page and Gerberas, which I did in my previous video. I've also used this one here, and this one cuts out like this. You can see the arrows there. And you've also got a set of, let me grab it again. You've got a set of smaller arrows here, which you've got stitching around the edge. And they can be used either, you can either put them on top of here, or you can have them pointing around in different areas. Right, so where am I at? Let's see. So I need to grab, oh, I've got a tag. So I've got a tag that's going to sit in here, like so. And this is going to have a picture on the front and a picture on the back from Quacks. And this is, again, cut using my favourite tag set, which is tab 4 with tags. And I've used this one here, but you can see it's a little bit shorter. So I haven't actually cut the whole thing out because I wanted it to fit nice and neatly within that die cut there. Now, I did mean to put all of the tape on the back of the photograph, so I'm just going to pause and I'm going to put all the tape on the back of the photograph so you don't have to sit and watch me doing that. Okay, tape is all on, so let's get the photographs on. So we're going to have harmonies down the bottom. Harmonies is a very, very quick setup game. Quacks takes a bit longer to set up, but it is a longer game anyway. So you have to kind of offset how long it takes to set it up against, you know, how long it takes to play, and then figure out whether it's really worth it or not. And Harmonies is. So on the other side, we're going to put, what did I decide we were going to put? That's that one. I think we're going to put this one here. And am I going to use, I can't decide which ones I'm going to use. I think I might use that one. Unfortunately, I get carried away and forget to take pictures. So I know they're not the most exciting thing in the world. Hopefully they're going on straight-ish. I'm not going to secure these because I'm going to have these like little flaps, like little extra pages. So that's that one. Then we're going to put Quacks on this one, and then I'll show you a fun picture, which I haven't showed you yet. And I need to put reinforcers on everything as well. Quacks Mega Box. So it's got a few different expansions in it, so there's a lot of different variations of gameplay, which is cool. That's that one. And for the other side, I've got this wonderful picture of Ed, my cat. Let's have a look. And there he is. Nathan set the game up ready for us to play it. And Ed's sat there waiting to play. Can you see him? He's so funny. Cats are so funny. cracks are sort. He's normally, well, when we're playing a game, he's normally there lying on his IKEA chair. I say it's his chair because he's the only person that sits on it, or the only thing that sits on it. And yeah, snores away while we're playing. I think these are straight. Okay, so he's going there. And then we're going to have got this tag. This is going to go in here. I was wondering whether to put a border down there, but I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of stamping down there, I think. So let me grab a stamp. So I've grabbed CS146 background stamps 2. And I'm going to stamp with Hawthorn Rose, because if we look at Nathan's play mats, they've got pink and purple on. Purple's his favourite colours, but they've got pink on. So I thought we'd do this in Hawthorn Rose. And I think I'm going to use the splats, because the splats are really cool. Pop them on a block. And I've just taken the foam out of my stamping platform just to give me a bit of a cushion. Ink it within an inch of its life. Let's start down here. Apologies for the playing noise, can't do anything about that. Oh, that's a lovely colour. That's perfect. I mean, we could go all the way around the edge. How cool would that be? To frame it all. Should we do that? Let's do that. We need a little bit down the bottom there. Turn the corner. This is why these kind of lined papers are quite good, because first of all, if you are lining a stamp up, you can see where, you know, whether it's straight. But secondly, it protects the foam mat. I'm liking this. This makes me happy. I think we can just go around the edge there without having to do another stamp, because we've got a thicker bit towards the right. I'm a very mucky stamper. Yeah, that'll do. We go over the reinforcer line holes, and that'll make them look cool as well. So we're just framing the page, really. Let's have it this way. Doesn't matter which way you have it, but I wanted the thick bit there. It's always a bit of a challenge when you come to do this bit. So what I'm going to do, so it's meeting it up, I'm going to do this side first, and then we can fill in from the edge there. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Because they're splats, it doesn't actually matter if they overlap, but you can see we can just do look, we can just do a little bit just there, like so, and that fills it all in. In fact, I am going to go a little splat in that gap. There's a splatty border. That looks cool, doesn't it? I wonder if we should just do some splats on the arrows, the points. very splatty. Just on these. I might regret it, but you know, why not? So we've got splatty arrow. That goes on there. That all ties in. We'll do the other one. I don't think I want to do the other side because that photograph's going over there a bit. I'm not going to do the other side. Decision made, but this photograph's quite far over, so I'm going to have to be careful here. So in the ideal world, I'd have thought about this before and done it before I added the photographs. But you know, such is life. We've got away with it anyway. Oh, that lid off. Look at the mess I'm making. Messy stamper. Let's see if we can make sure that yeah, that looks good. I do like splats. They're really cool. Right, so that's my splatty bits. Do I want to do the other side? I feel as if I'm splatting within an inch of their lives, really. It would give it a bit of continuity. Let's just do it. It's a lot of splats. Getting my money's worth out of this stamp. I think I do have some in stock. And when I've done these, I'm not doing any more splatting, that's it. I'm going to step away from the splat stamp. It's a very nice colour, this Hawthorn rose. And I'm definitely not putting any splats on those as well. I'm not going completely overboard on these. Come on. Okie dokie. That's one. Right, I'm going to step away from the splat stamp now. So that's they. Oh, am I going to step away from the splat stamp now? Am I? This is going to go on here. I might want some splats at the bottom there. Oh dear, me and splats. I'll step away from it in a minute, I promise. I mean, there's lots of other stamps on the set. I do like the script as well, and the numbers. The numbers are lovely. I do like the numbers. At the bottom. I'll turn it over and do on the bottom and here, because we are going to photograph both sides on here. Because we can. That's it. Until I don't step away from this splat stamp. Right, so to go, this is going to go in here, as I said. I've also got one of the tag top things that needs to get stuck down. and these come in the set. The tab 4 with tags. I didn't say it. Right, that's that one. That's going to go here. Just tried to pick a bit of a contrast out with the tags, and again I've edged it with Scorched timber, and we're going to have the front of Quacks on there and the scoring line on the back. Stand up so I can see that I'm doing this straight. I don't think that top's on there straight. Fabulous. That looks good with that splatty bottom. And we just do the other side of this. I don't think I'm going to put any twine on this one. I might change my mind later. You can always, that's the thing, you can always change your mind at some other point. And you can always come back to them like months later and add extra bits in. You know, I could kind of come and add some more arrows because they're loose. I could add some more arrows with some more games on. I might do that with Wormspan. I can't decide whether I want to put Wormspan on this page or not. I might. We'll see. I haven't got a picture of the box yet for that. Because they're all in Nathan's room. Right, so that's going to go in there. So we need to stick this on as well. So you can see they fits in really nicely. Like so. Oh, I have got to go on here. Do you remember I mentioned those 3 arrows that there are? I thought as a contrast, so it would show up, see the 3 arrows will actually fit into the arrows that are here. So I thought that might look really cool to have a bit of a contrast and stick those down like that. So we're going to do that. Again, I've edged them with Scorched timber. These in place. Obviously you could cut them out with double-sided adhesive if you wanted to. It does make the card a wee bit thicker, so you have to just think about whether you're bothered about that or not. Obviously for the reinforcers it's a really good idea to have double-sided adhesive on the back because they are quite tiny, some of them. Where's my tweezers? I know they're here somewhere. Here they are. Let's do the biggest one first. Start in an order. You can move them around just a little bit, just to get them in the right place, and then the glue will grab. It's not 100% essential if it's not 100% straight. Get my excuses ready already. Point towards there. And then the last little arrow here. Like so. I'll just see if I can move that up a wee bit. Yep, okay. There we go. Okie doke. So let's get this stuck on. Remember, the arrows aren't going to get stuck, but we're going to stick this one in here. We've got that nice border going around there now. It's quite bright actually. As it's drying, it's more of a purpley pink. Now what do we do in here? The arrows are loose and the rest is stuck down. Don't stick the arrows down because you can't stick anything underneath them if you stick them down. Obviously, if you don't want to stick anything underneath them, stick them down. Go around the arrows. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to have it kind of up there, methinks. Okay, looks straightish. I'll go with that. I'll stick the tag underneath in a minute. And then I've got, from another project, I've got these little bits that were left over. This is from the previous video, and these are left over. So I thought I would use these as a mount for another picture. So I've got this one here. So this is on this all relates to harmonies. So if I have that, see, if I bring in Wormspan, then it doesn't really relate to harmonies. So I think we're going to have that as it is there, like that. And then we've got that one is going to go over there like that. Yep. So I think that's what we're going to do. So it's just another picture of harmonies, which is a little bit boring. Do I want to bring in Wormspan instead? Let me have a look, see if I can get this one in, because it's quite a big picture, this. Yeah, I think that's more interesting, because that is almost the same picture as that, but just from a different angle, and you can see that Nathan's got, you can see his mat in front of him. So I think we're going to use Wormspan instead. And I haven't got any tape on the back of that, so I'll put that on instead in a sec. Let's just think about where we want this. And I can put what it is in a sec. Even though it hasn't got its box, I can still put what it is. Let's have that there. Make sure it looks straight before it dries. It looks straight against that, doesn't it? And that one's going to go down there like so. Yep, that's good. Getting edged with Scorched timber. So we're going to put some tape on here. I've run out of my Elizabeth Craft Designs favourite tape, which I'm gutted about. So I don't know who makes this one, but this is the one we're using. It's much thinner, but not as thin as my thin tape. So let's pop this in here. Oh, sorry, not the camera, as always. Okay. So I've also got, for a bit of writing, we've got, where's it gone? It was under here. Oh, I've lost my phone. Oh, there it is. I thought it was on a bigger piece. I've got fun, which is, again, one of the words from the arrows set. It's there. You've got fun, travel, awesome, filed, summer, and remember, and you. So we've got lots and lots of letters. Don't know what that is, but it's fallen on the floor. This is going to go on here. We can pop those behind there, like so. They look cool now, don't they? And we get the fun on here. Make sure it fits before I start sticking it, because they are quite big letters. Yeah, get that on there. These have got double-sided adhesive on the back. And I've done them with brown card rather than black. I tend to go for dark brown rather than black. There's fun. And then I've got from there's another die set in the La Dolce Vita collection called Frame Page with Gerberas, which I used in my previous video last week. And I've cut the Let's Go Out, Summer, and then the extra alphabet letters, because then I can get the word games out of it. And so we've got the G here. And I'm going to have to guess whether these are going to fit, because these are still stuck on here. I think it'll be fine. They're just a bit bigger. You know, I like to use pockets too for the alphabet. They're just a little bit bigger than that. Let's just poke the middle of the A out. An M, yep, on Summer. See if I can get my gaps right. And then we've got an E. And an S. There we go. We've got fun and we've got games. I do want to put something on the tab. Here, let's see if we can get worm span on, because I haven't got a box for this one. So this is from the pockets too. W. Y. It's a funny word, isn't it? To do with dragons. I need an R. Where did I put them? Here we go. Some extras here. I've got a huge pile of the pockets 2 alphabets, mostly missing R's, so that's going to be N's rather, so that's going to be a bit of an issue if I can't find one, so I might have to cut one in a minute. Worm. Span. not spam, span. It's a really good game. There's another one called Wingspan, which is all about birds. And there's going to be another one, a new one, out, which is to do with fish and the ocean. But that's going to have a huge board, I think, according to what Nathan told me. So that might not fit in the space that we've got. So I do like the dragon one. Now I'll have a quick look to see if I've got an N. If I haven't, you just have to pretend that there's an N there, and I'll cut one afterwards. Honestly, I've got one. Yeehaw! That's because I've got one that hasn't been used. Worm span. Here we go. That's that one. So I know that that's that game. So let's get our reinforcers on. And I'm thinking about what I want to have there. So I've cut just the two reinforcers out because these have got lots and lots on them. So that's small. So we can have a nice mix of squares and circles. I thought that would be quite cool. So let's have a square there. And a circle. Because obviously these aren't being stuck, so we do need reinforcers on both sides of these. And doesn't really matter, we can start with the circles here. And a square. Circle. To think about what I can do in my journal in February. I haven't done my dashboard yet, I need to do that. So let's have, as an opposite, let's have the squares here. It's very handy being able to cut so many. Some of the reinforcers only cut 6 or 7 at a time because they're bigger. So these, you're on a win-win situation when you've got these. Don't ask me what sets they're from because I don't know. I don't think they're from reinforcement sets 3, which I think is the only one that's available. So we've got that, and then we can put some on here. So I think we go back to circles on this side. Quacks. It has characters like there's carrot nose, and there's a character that's like a chicken, and he has various different traits to him. So we're starting here. There's earworm. That's disgusting. Basically, you're meant to be making potions to heal them, and then there's witches that come in and that let you kind of double your money and things like that. It's very cool. There's quite a lot to it when you bring in all the expansions. Nathan used to play a lot of games with his dad when he was alive, but we lost him last year, so he's playing lots of games with me, which I don't mind. Okay, so we've got our head. Have I got an E and a D in that font? I haven't. So we have to go back to these. Let's see if we've got an E and a D. We have. Let's write Ed here because we can. Excuse all these little bits stuck to my finger. Where should we put Ed? Should we put Ed here? I feel it's lost if I put it over there. Let's thinking? Come and play with me. You should be playing with me, throwing me my toys, not sitting down at this boring old table and playing this boring old game, which isn't boring at all, Ed. Right, 3 more reinforcers, and let's see if we can think about what to put there. Let's go circles again, because I'm trying to do opposites. I've still got loads left over, which is brilliant. One more circle. This is quite a long video, I'm very sorry. You can always fast forward through the boring bits. I did pause when I was doing some of the boring bits. Right, and what am I going to put here? I reckon I'm going to have to put, is there anything from the, there might be something from the minis I can stamp there. Let's have a look. I like the minis. You might want to look at this. See, I can stamp. Can I stamp there? Probably not. Let's have a look. Look at this. A great day. That's what we'll have. A great day. Lost it. There it is. It's we don't actually play games all day, every day, but sometimes we have a session. Sometimes we only play one. I'm going to do it in brown so that it matches that, although it will look black on the screen. So this is Pinecone Versafine Clair. We're going to do a great day in there. Don't press too hard because it's a teeny tiny stamp. There we go. Just about see it. A great day. I'll pop that in my planner so you can see how the arrows work as well. And then I'm going to do one more page for January, which I may or may not do a video for, and then we go on to February. In here, opposite the rainbow page, and we're going to have cracks up there, and we're going to have harmonies there. So we've got fun, games, Ned, and then we've got wormspan there, and then we've got our little tag that hides behind our arrows. There. Okay. Come here. It's catching on the edge of the photograph. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it interesting. Leave me a lovely comment and then I can reply to you. I love to read your comments. Do like and subscribe if you're not already on my YouTube channel. And as I said, the list of everything I've used and where you can find them is in the description of this video. Thank you for watching.